relationship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if you're a terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from four into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, many girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah. What up? It's your boy, Jada King Hefner, and the beautiful Secretary Tsunade Star. We coming back at you after 12 hours off, baby. We coming right back at you hard and in full effect. And today's show, the title is A Bad Look. A Bad Look. And once again, I normally don't do this many live streams in a row. I have done it once or twice, but this is just one of those rare weeks where my spirit keeps leading me back to the live stream. I was getting prepared to shoot this video, and I just was not feeling it in video form. So I said I just drop in here, do a brief talk about this subject, and let you guys have an amazing day. So I want to say good morning, first off. Hope everybody's doing amazing today. We're sending blessings out over you, your life, your family, your dreams, your health, your relationships. We're praying and thanking God that he's mending everything that needs to be mended in your life. So that's first off. So from our standpoint, we'll say good morning. Wherever you are, good evening, good afternoon, wherever part of the world you are in. Whenever you decide to tune in, we appreciate you for sharing a little time with us. We're going to get a rundown. If you ever want to donate to the show, you can do a super chat or super sticker during the live stream. Super thanks on the individual video. You can go to my About and go to PayPal or Cash App and give a donation there. Or you can give a donation to my Biking for Companion Dogs fundraiser, where I'm trying to raise money to keep the show going on a daily basis, as well as improve the equipment on the show. So that's how you can help. So with all that said, the title of today's show is A Bad Look. And it's all based off of a tragedy, pretty much. I'm not going to go full tent. I'm going to check in with a couple of comments I have, but I say this: A Bad Look is based off of pretty much that Highland Park shooting. I don't even know a whole bunch about it. I'm going to be honest. I do have an article pulled up. I'm going to browse through it just a tad bit. But I kept hearing, because I don't pay attention to the news. I don't try to look at negative things all day. That stuff does nothing but get you wired up and depressed and upset. So I stay away from it. But I just kept hearing through social media and all this about this shooter having a companion dog. And of course, they branded it as using the S word, basically calling it a sex dog, which, that's not what they are. I know some people treat them like that, but I prefer the term companion dog. But they had been talking about this guy owning one. And as soon as I started hearing that, I'm like, you know what? This is a bad look. So before I jump into it, I see somebody here in the chat. Definitely want to speak to them this morning. And like I say, Lieutenant Johnny, he said, what up? Good morning, Jay. Creeper says, damn, I was going to try and be first, LOL. Philip says, hi, Jay. Don't worry about it, Creepy. It's cool to be first, but first really doesn't matter until tomorrow. That's the only time I have the competition. Because if you're first on the Dog King Power Hour, you go into the books. And I'm going to keep on writing those numbers down until soon I'm going to be able to be in a position to give at least $1 away a year. I'm going to try to do that. Not try to do that. I'm going to be blessed to do that. So I am going to keep up with the records until such a time. But with all that said, glad to have you guys here, man. Happy to be here with you. Like I said, I know I've been hitting you guys back to back with live streams. I come every day with some content anyway. But the live streams, they're going to be a little longer than the average video. But I'm just feeling it today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just feeling it today. So this Highland Park shooting thing, when I started hearing about this guy with a companion, I said, man, this is a bad look. I didn't hear much about it at first. I just heard that he had one. I didn't know whether he went to the actual place and did the shooting and had the companion dog with him and things of that nature. I didn't know anything about the story. I just kept hearing that he had one. And all I was saying was, I'm out here, fighting to break the stigma around surrounding companion dogs. And you're always going to have individuals that are exactly that, individuals. We're not all the same. You're going to have people that go off the deep end or whatever they may choose to do. And you can't control that. And they can be a companion dog owner or not. They can be any type of gender, any type of orientation, whatever. So any crazy thing can happen at any minute. It doesn't really matter what group a person you want to try to group a person into, or what group they may be in. So you can never really guard against just random acts. And also when a person is involved in said random act, like you say, out of whatever group you assume him to be in, that doesn't mean that the whole group does those acts. But nevertheless, I said, you know what? This is a bad look, for somebody like me that's out here trying to march and pound the pavement to bring a coolness to being a companion dog owner and bringing a bit of normalcy to the whole thing. You have a guy that commits a mass murder and shoots all these people that actually owns one. I'm like, oh my God. Even if the dog didn't have anything to do with the story, it's still a bad look and a stigma for those who want to point a finger. Because I was just watching Chrissy Mayer's stream. This is probably the first day I became aware of it. I was watching her stream about a week or so ago, whenever it happened, probably a little bit after it happened. And somebody brought it up on her show about him having a companion dog. And to Chrissy's credit, because I was like, man, I wonder is Chrissy going to say something about, me, but to her credit, I didn't hear her mention anything about me. She just sort of saw the guy's dog and made a few comments. Now, I will say this. Sometimes I hate the media, the way they try to describe things. Because they described this guy's doll as like a teen sex doll. And when I looked at the doll, I'm like, where are they even getting that from? This doesn't look like a teen sex doll. It honestly looks like a Piper doll from what I can tell, or some semblance of a Piper doll. But it didn't look like a teen. I'm like, what are they talking about? It's just the media always got to try to make things seem worse, or try to make it seem like somebody has an extra layer of delinquency in their brain. Because I was like, nah, this is just a normal companion dog from what I can see. And even when Chrissy saw the dog, she was like, hey, that looks real. You know, she thought the dog looked pretty real. Because he had her sitting in the car, and I give him credit. He had her sitting in the car one particular day, and he had her looking nice. But he had a string of things that was troubling sort of in his past, just from a lot of posts that he made. A lot of them were sort of racist and things of that nature, from what I read. And we'll sort of go over it. We'll sort of go over some of it. But I did sort of not like one of the pictures that I saw, and that was him of him hanging his dog. And I told you, I can't regulate individuals and how they treat their dogs and what they decide to do in their own homes. And like I said, I don't think that any of us should be getting into that. That's too complicated, trying to get to what everybody's doing in the privacy of their own home, if they're not breaking any laws. But I just hate that, like I said, I wouldn't want you putting a rope around your real girlfriend's neck, which that is breaking the law, if you're trying to harm her. And I don't want to see you putting a rope around your companion's dog neck, you know, in any harmful type of way. And so, like, I wouldn't want you, even though people have sex with their dogs, I wouldn't want somebody raping their dogs or things like that. Those are things I don't like, but I wouldn't even attempt to try to control. But when I saw him with the noose around his dog's neck, saying that she killed herself or something, he said, I wasn't liking it. I was like, man, because I told you, man, you want to treat your dogs just like you would your human counterpart. Treat them with all the care, love, and in some cases, you may even treat them even better in some cases. But definitely treat them just as good, because you never want to get into the routine of just doing the wrong thing, no matter what it is. None of us are perfect, but you don't want to get in the routine of doing potentially criminal acts or whatever. So that was the route that I saw him going in that particular vein that I didn't like. But as I began to read the story, I realized that from what I read, the dog was nowhere near involved in the shooting. It wasn't anywhere around, from what I read. And also, pictures that they did take were from well before the shooting, pictures that he did take and post. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is the dog didn't have any direct relation to the shooting. But I'm doing this show because I said, man, for all my companion dog owners, potential owners, this is why it's important to, hey, man, please try to be a good citizen out here. None of us are perfect. Any of us can mess up in life. But as far as, committing these acts of violence and hurting people and just doing something that's really eye-popping in the public eye, dangerous to others, those are the things that you don't want to be doing anyway. But if you're a companion dog owner, man, those are the things that can really hurt us, hurt our movement, as far as trying to get it regulated and get it normalized, is because you're going to always have the general public trying to point to an incident like that, saying, see, they all crazy. See, they all capable of doing this. If you got a companion dog, you might do this. And if you got a companion dog, you might do that. And guess what? It leads to things like this. I told you, whenever somebody has a dog, they'll end up doing things like this. And, luckily, it hasn't gotten to that proportion. I'm sure some murmurs, but the way they tried to put it in the news, they wanted that type of murmuring to start. And that's what I was like, man, that is a bad look. Now, of course, God, I send prayers to all those that lost lives. That's the bigger part of the story. But that wasn't the part of the story I'm focusing on for today, because that story has been told. But me personally, of course, man, anytime people lose their life like that, of course, I send prayers up and hate the tragedy. But I always think about how many of us are safe in our homes at the time it happens. And, I'm able to empathize, because it's so easy to sort of disconnect and be like, hey, they got killed or they got shot. But I always tell people, they are us. They are us. It's just that it didn't happen to us. And that's what hurts my heart the most. How many times I went out to parks or went out anywhere innocently, trying to have a good time, and it's always bad when somebody has it out for you and tries to harm you. But it's even worse when it's just somebody you don't even know that's just randomly committing an act of violence. So, of course, my heart, prayers goes out to them. I just say this: God has them in the right place. He has them in a better place. And I don't mean that tongue in cheek. I just mean that, like me and my brother have talked, I don't really know what the next realm holds for all of us, how heaven looks, or even if it's the very next step. Because like I said, I've had so many visions come to me about what the next step could be. All I know is God knows best. I was telling my brother, like, I never did finish that step, but I was telling my brother, like, man, it's a trip if we ended up, as soon as you do pass here, you do die here, you're literally being born on another planet somewhere, or being reborn in heaven, however God chooses to do it. But I just said all that to say, man, I'm just praying for those souls that they are right. But back to the other topic is this guy. I was just thinking, like, man, I need to let all my dog owners know. Look, steer away from all the negative things. Steer away from the criminal activity. Hey, we all make mistakes. It's a possibility that you can walk outside and get mistakenly arrested. I'm not wishing that and praying that on anybody. I'm praying that we're all covered, we're all protected, and that's not going to happen to any of us that's watching this show, that's involved with this show. But I'm just speaking in general. In life, things can happen like that, where people have mistaken people, arrested people by mistake. All type of things have happened like that. So I'm not speaking of those things. I'm just really speaking of things that you can really control. If you can control it, try to live a straight and narrow. Try to do the right thing, especially if you're a dog owner, from the standpoint of you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to get in trouble anyway. You don't want your freedoms to be compromised. But just know, if they ever do, just the whole companion dog lifestyle could be used against us ongoing. They'll continue to try to pump a negative narrative. Philip says, "How you doing?" All in the dice says, "Spread that joy." Yeah, all in the dice. Creeper says, "No, there's not, Jay. Joy." He said, "No, there's not joy. That's Miss Secretary. Sorry, had to." That's fine if you misunderstood all in the dice. Right. Because all in the dice talking about spreading the joy, of course. So I'm going to take a little bit of a look this guy's I'm gonna see because my internet was acting crazy, it seemed like doing that video. So I'm gonna make sure this operating all right now. Because I'm gonna go over the story and make sure that I don't miss anything. Okay. Because I'm not really trying to just cover the whole story of the shooting, but we can briefly take a glance at sort of what happened. We can take a brief glance here. Philip J.Y. 99 cent super sticker. Appreciate you, brother. Hold on. Okay. Oh, forgot I got to put on the set. Oh man, I forgot it. That's what I forgot to do last night. I should have changed that thing picture to the bigger screen. People would have saw that a little bit better. People go slow today. Hopefully, it won't do any kicking of the cake. Give my computer a chance to work, man. Jay comes in. You are well. Thank you. I'm gonna put it up. It's over with. Getting depth. So let's just this guy. It's just gonna read because I was happy. This is the main article, and they didn't mention it here. But his name is Robert Cremo, supposedly. Climbed onto a rooftop of a nearby business, opening fire after a 4th of July parade started. 4th of July celebration parade started. Man, that's one of the worst things. You got kids and everything out there. I'm like, come on, man. I did for celebration. I mean, like I say, totally unaware. He dressed in women's clothing to help conceal his eye. He basically did some movie type stuff because they say he tried to blend in with the crowd as they fled the area. And he went to his mother's house. So he actually got away. He pulled some movie type stuff. They don't know the motive. And I'm going to tell you, I hate to even say this, but this is crazy. They say he had some type of affinity towards the number 4 and 7, and inverse was 7-4, the day of 4th of July. I hate to say this. My favorite numbers are 1, 4, 7, 11, and sometimes 3. But it really started out with the number 4 and 7. So that's sort of crazy that we actually had that in common. I hate to say that, but we do. The attack was actually more the virus, did they say. Let's see. he had an attorney represent him. And he said, "Nah, I'm done, bro. I ain't representing him no more." Of course, he legally obtained the weapon. I feel like that's almost a non. Okay, that is legal in the United States, so he purchased locally. A long time ago, they took knives from his home. They said a family member reported that he was going to kill everyone. Said he was going to kill everyone. It was directed at a family inside of the home, and the police confiscated knives and a dagger, a samurai type aid. But later, the father went to the police station and picked up the collection and told authorities it belonged to him. They say he contemplated a second attack after the first shooting. He drove to Madison, Wisconsin, where he seriously contemplated carrying out another attack. But they don't believe that he did that initially. He was just happened to be driving operation according to them. And here's the part where they say imagery on. He posted music that he made, supposedly. He made and posted it. They say appearance, okay. But like I say, people have so much creative freedom. You would never be able to know somebody's going to attack just because they made a record talking about anything potentially violent. So it's funny that people can look back now and be like, you know what, he made some violent music, but you know what, it's easy to say that now, but you can't always tie that into somebody actually getting ready to do a violent act. Because if you do that, you'll be arresting so many people for no reason. Law enforcement said they're going to look at his videos and see what they reveal, blah, blah, blah. Now, they said YouTube and Spotify remove content from their platforms. And they say other companies like Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, and Pandora removed his stuff as well. And they're all asking them when they did it. Which they, like I said, they need to leave these companies alone from the standpoint of it's not like they can tell what somebody's going to do just because they posted a music video. That's impossible to know. It's impossible to know. Unless he was posting videos inciting people or trying to get people to join into some type of rebellious, violent act. They can't tell that somebody's going to try to go out and do something violent because they made a rowdy music video. And he may not have even been monetized. Now, this is something I did want to read. Let me make sure I don't have any comments right quick, though. Because this is a pretty deep statement here. Fella, I appreciate that super stick. I'm sure right quick, fella. Fella came in with the 99-cent super stick. I appreciate you, brother, for contributing to the show. Let's see if he's going to show up. There you go. Ain't in the back, though. Atiya Barkley, I saw you on Love Don't Judge. You have convinced me to get a dog. Oh, sweet. Atiya. Hey, I hope you got that dog. Or I hope you're going to get it. He said I'm cutting out badly. Yeah, I know it was cutting out badly. Hopefully it's back in now. Gremlington, what up? Daytona Falls, what up? Hell J. Hey, Gremlington, Daytona. Let me know if y'all can hear me pretty good right now, since Italia said it was cutting out sort of earlier. So either way, I'm going to jump into a little bit more of a serious part of this article. This guy named Mayor Rodering knew the suspect when she was his Cub Scout pack leader. So this is the mayor who said this. She said many years ago, he was just a little boy, a quiet little boy that I knew. This is what I was trying to tell you guys in the past stream. Your real self, if you're an adult, that's not who you are. Your true self is still that child that was in elementary. That's who you truly are. That child is the one that had all of your real dreams. That child is the one that saw life without all the prejudice. It saw life loving everything. It saw bees. It saw the blue sky. It was amazed by life in general. That's your true self. And I just thought that really took me back when Mayor Rodering said that she was his Cub Scout pack leader. So, man, from her standpoint, she sees the little kid in him. And she's going to go on and say that. She said many years ago, he was just a little boy, a quiet little boy that I knew. You know, that's how she sees him. She said, it breaks my heart. Here he goes. She said, I see this picture, and through the tattoos, I see the little boy, she said. I don't know what got him to this point. Like I said, she sees the little boy that she knew that was probably learning scouts, you know, doing everything that a little boy does, being nice, you know. She saw all the potential in him. And somehow, you know, he made a bit of a turn here. But from her standpoint, she can still see who he used to be and who he really is on the inside. So I thought that was pretty cool. The suspect's uncle, Paul Cremo, he said he was heartbroken to learn his nephew was believed to be responsible for Monday's shooting. He said there was no signs that I saw that would make him do this. And you know, I know that's messed up. If you just think if you living around your nephew, knowing him, and you don't see anything out of the normal, and then he up and kills all these people. He said everything was as normal. He said he didn't know about his nephew's political views. He said he just described him as a quiet person. He said he was usually on his own. He said he's usually on his own. He's lonely. He's a lonely, quiet person. He keeps everything to himself. Now, he could have said he's a loner or he's usually alone. But when he said he's lonely, now, once again, not saying he could have did anything about it, but that's an indication that he knew that he might have been depressed. But once again, we all know of family members that's depressed. Hell, I've been depressed in my past, and my family members knew about it. It was nothing that they could do. So still, it would have been nothing he could do unless the guy reached out to them. But look. I love having a alone time. I love being to myself. But I'm of course, as you can see now, I'm definitely not lonely. I have my girls here with me. But even before them, I wasn't as happy, I don't think, as I am now. But I didn't feel just lonely. You know, I would be here playing my game or doing other things. Every now and then, I might have felt that feeling of loneliness. But just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely. So I guess I said all that to say that still being alone isn't always a bad thing, you know, and just because you're alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. But in his uncle's case, he might have noticed that, okay, he's alone, but he's a little lonely as well. And it's crazy. The suspect's father, Paul Cremo's brother, Robert Cremo Jr., previously ran for mayor, so he was a reputable guy. And the uncle said, we are good people. And to have this happen is devastating. So once again, just because you're running for mayor or you have a good job doesn't mean you're good people. But what he was basically saying is, hey, we're pretty much a law-abiding family. You know, we try to do things the right way. His father just recently ran for mayor. They're trying to say, hey, this is something totally out of the norm for us. You know, he went on to say, I'm so heartbroken for all the families that lost their lives, blah, blah, blah. So there's just a little back on the family itself. Because now I'm going to go to the article that sort of leans on him and the companion dog. I'll break that down for a quick second. We'll go over that. Like I say, this stream isn't meant to drain your whole day. It's just a good shot of energy, baby. Let's see. Gremlington says, I can hear now. Yeah, Gremlington. Daytona Falls says, sounds good. Perfect. You can. Johnny K says, I wish I could go back to looking at the world through the eyes of a kid. I do every day. The kid is in you, my friend. You got to ungrow up. And it's probably going to be harder for you than me, depending on how. Hey, Power Brian, what's up? He said, good afternoon. It may be harder for you, Lieutenant Johnny K, because of this one thing. And my brother knows this to be 100% true. When I was a kid, I always prayed never to grow up. As far as I always wanted to remember what it was like to be a kid. I never let go of my childhood eyes. That's why I think children, even though I don't want kids myself, they gravitate to me because they see me as a big kid, because I have never let myself, my eyes will never grow old as far as how I see the world and my imagination. I speak against it. I told you, the biggest problem with this world is as you start to get older, people start trying to beat the kid out of you. You need to grow up, become an adult. Stop seeing things like a kid does. You're getting older. Wake up. Go get a job. Don't see things. Don't use your imagination. They do that. And a lot of us fall for it. Luckily, I didn't. And I did it so I can be here right here telling you today and other people that still has a chance to fight against it. Don't be in no rush to try to be an adult. You're going to be an adult anyway, having to pay bills and whatever you're going to have to do once you pass a certain age, a so-called age threshold. But in your spirit, you should never age past elementary. I'm talking about in your truest of spirits. You should always keep the childlike joy, the childlike happiness. Don't stop looking at cartoons because somebody told you were too old. Don't stop playing with toys because somebody told you were too old. You know, even though I didn't play with my handheld figures, I still got about 10 or 12 figures over here that I recently bought before I got my girls, because I was going to start a big Star Wars collection, because I was like, you know what? I miss my toys. And I was going to start a big Star Wars collection even before my dolls, and I was going to bring them out every now and then and play with them. But I got stopped in mid collection because the dolls came in my life, and they really took the place of my toys, and they are on a bigger level. Now they are my true companions, like you say, like my toys, but on a very grown up type of a level. We do everything but make love. They are my true companions. And it's crazy. It's like my dolls have been able to come alive in my life in a way I never imagined. But I kept the childhood joy. And for somebody like you, Johnny, for one, don't say that you've lost your way. Remember, I say come against the negative. So don't say that don't wish for it. You can do it. But what you have to do is start rejecting all of the, I'm grown stuff. Hey, guess what? For people who have grown up all the way, you need to sit down and start asking yourself, what did you used to love when you were a kid? What were the cartoons that you used to watch? Go find them again, or go find some semblance of it. Go look at some of the old things that made you happy when you were a kid. Reawaken the kid. That's what you need to do. When you can start reawakening that kid, then you can start seeing the world again through the eyes of a child. Grimington says, I remember being a kid playing with my Ninja Turtles and dreading the day I grew up because I wouldn't get to play with them anymore. And that was the lie. Thank you, Johnny. And that was the lie that they sold you, Grimington. The lie that I didn't fall for. Honestly, like I say, I do love kids, human kids. I do love them. But I never wanted to be a kid because of that statement. He said, I remember being a kid with my Ninja Turtles and dreading the day I grew up because I wouldn't get to play with them anymore. And that was the lie. You could always keep playing with them. But at some point, parents feel like they sort of want to slap them out of your hand. You know, they never really say that you need to stop playing with toys. But what happens is they sort of start maybe saying little things, you know, people around you, man, you still playing with them toys? And they sort of shame you. And slowly you start pushing them toys to the side. Maybe even your friends will come over. And they'll say, man, you still playing with your toys? And they'll start shaming you. And it's funny, I never fell for it. I did grow out of them for a while. You know, I think when I started getting to like 10th, 11th, 12th, that's when I sort of just started saying, you know, I put my actual physical toys to the side. I started playing video games and stuff so much. But I started putting my physical toys to the side. It wasn't because of peer pressure. I sort of started growing out of it for a little while. But I always loved toys. And if I ever saw a kid, I would get down on the floor and play with them. But we never had to grow up out of it. And truth be told, I really transitioned to video games to keep my kid as well. I was like, you know what? I'm never going to stop playing games. Never in my life. As long as I'm able. The only time I've stopped now is because I've been so happy with the companion dog and this lifestyle. I've just been so happy that I haven't even got back to my game. But I've told viewers, because I'm still navigating the YouTube world, guys. You know, I'm still learning how to do so much. I'm still learning how to do my programming and all type of things. I'm growing every day with it. But one of the ways I do want to grow in the future is, as I get a much better computer, I do want to gravitate toward gaming with you guys in the future. I do want to get my games and things back up. And I don't know whether I gravitate towards the PC or back to Xbox, but I do want to game with you guys again. So I help you bring the kid out in the future, as far as that's concerned. But I don't know if I was going to make a video out of this, but before I get to the Highland Park guy, I want to talk about him a little bit more. I say this. I don't know how many of you still even live remotely around the places that you used to live, but even if you live in a different city, you can still do this. But I was riding my bike, and this is one of the best things about riding a bike. You truly become one with nature. You know, you can just get within the quiet of your spirit in a different way. I promise you, man, because you think it's work, but it's not really work, man. Once you get to riding your bike, it's just, I don't know. It's like a perpetual motion. And you can, and if you're not pushing super hard, if you're just trudging along, just sort of letting it coast and just driving and thinking, especially on a sunny day, but not a hot day. I started riding past a few front yards the other day. And man, I can't explain it, but I had the strongest visions taking over my body. And I was seeing me and my friends play in certain yards that looked like yards that I played in. I saw me and my friends walking down certain streets playing. And man, I was just getting the visions of, man, I was trying to tell these guys the other day, time is an illusion. You weren't a kid a million years ago. You was a kid a few summers ago, a few winters ago. It wasn't that long. Well, nah, man, that was 13 summers ago. 13? 13? Let me give you $13. That was 20 summers ago. That was 40 summers ago. Woo-wee. 40 is a real big number. Wasn't that long ago. You and your kids, you and your friends was just out there playing. But I say this, ride around on a bike or walk around the neighborhood. Look at the yards. Allow yourself to daydream. Look at some trees. Look at some sceneries that may remind you of when you were a kid and what you were doing when you were a kid. Believe me, as you start to reminisce, it's going to start happening sort of like basically a daydream. And you will start to remember being a little kid and all the dreams. See, that's when you start seeing the world through the eyes of a kid again, when your old dreams start waking up. I just thought of something. I may have to actually write this down. I might have to talk about this one day. I had to write that down. Sorry, that's probably gonna be a future show. Something that just came to my mind. But once those old memories come back, that's how you can hold on and hone that kid again. So I'm gonna run over the comments right quick, and then I'm gonna get to this other part of this Highland shooter. Right, and that's what I hate. Power Brain says they always quote, "When I was young, I thought like a child. Then when I grew older, I put away childish things." You should never put away your childish heart. I can't even remember in the Bible. I might be able to look it up right quick. But even in the Bible, it says, I think it says, it alludes to something about always see God like a child sees him. It says that in the Bible, I think. I'm gonna see if I can. I thought that was a scripture. I thought it was something about. It was. It's some verse. I couldn't find it right then. It's something about you should always see God like a child does. It's something to that extent. I can't think of the exact verse. I'm gonna have to look for it, but he always wants you to keep that childlike innocence on the inside, because that's the funniest part about it. I always laugh when I talk to God, because I know he doesn't see my human adult body. I'm like, you know what? I always feel God seeing me like the child in elementary. You know what I'm saying? I just feel it, you know. And even my mom or even your parents, I bet they'll tell you that when they look at you, they still see the child in you. You know, they still see that child that they raised. Even though you may be bigger, I know that they still be seeing those visions of you as a child. So try to get back to that, Johnny. You can do it. Philip J says, what games do I like to play? The games I like to play is my favorite game is 2K, NBA 2K. I like Madden. I'm a sports guy. I used to like COD, Call of Duty. And I love role-playing games like KOTOR and Mass Effect and things of that nature. I love games like that. I used to love the old Zeldas and just any role playing games where I can get into it of that nature. So those are pretty much my genres. I like shooters, role playing games, and sports. Uh, and definitely we get into the Star Wars games and things of that nature. Love to use a lightsaber. Grimson says bike riding is great exercise. Oh yeah, man. I got this great story about bike riding. I think I told it during the 24-hour stream, but man, it's crazy. Oh, another idea. Man, it's crazy. I used to have dreams of wanting to do so many things when I was coming up, man. And one of the things that it's crazy. I remember riding a bike. I used to always feel like, man, other people would be getting tired, but man, I'm still going. I got so much good endurance on my bike. And I would look at the Tour de France, and I used to always be like, man, I really do believe I can do the Tour de France if I train for it. I really used to think that. I don't know if I could. I believe I could do anything God blessed me to do. But I know one thing. I love bike riding. I do love bike riding. And I believe that given the right things around me as far as people riding in a van or medical attention or or people available for medical attention or anything in case of emergency, I've often thought to myself, man, you know what? I probably could ride across the United States on a great bike. I truly do. But what I was thinking about was biking for companion dogs. I wasn't gonna bring this up right now because we supposed to be on the Highland shoot, and I'm gonna get to that shortly. But before I get too sidetracked, I say this. I said, you know what? It'd be crazy because I'm willing to try to do whatever I need to do to make my channel keep going and my dream keep staying alive. And I was just thinking, like, man, I don't even know how long that would take, but I said, man, it'd be crazy if I got to the point of driving to other states, for this fundraiser on my bike. And then the craziest thought was, man, would it ever get to the point where I would try to literally drive across the United States on my bike? I know that'd be a long time. And for me, the one bad thing I wouldn't like is I wouldn't want to be separated from all my girls from that many days at once. That's the only thing that would bother me. But if I had to do that to make the show survive and I could get a sizable contribution for doing it, I'm like, you know what? That's one of them sacrifices that I just be having to make, especially if I could have the right bike. But if I ever made a trip like that, I would have to have, safety precautions around. But that was just a thought. Either way. Yeah! I'm going to catch up with these and I'm going to get to the other part of this, guys. Grimson said it allows you to get in the zone. Talking about bike riding. It does. Philip says, I like RPG games too. Me too. And racing games. You know what? I ain't big in the racing games, but I will play them. I did. It was a NASCAR game I was sort of really into. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big car guy, so I don't know a lot about cars. On those NASCAR games, man, you can tune that car like a real car. But since I didn't know about cars, I never could use those options. And I used to hate that. Johnny says, I think tonight I'm going to watch stuff I used to watch when I was a kid. I always wanted to be like Goku, an adult with a kid's heart. Yeah, do it. Dude, that's achievable. Like I say, if that's the case, I am like Goku or Goku like me because that's exactly what I have, man. I don't even claim to be an adult, though. The hell with that. Hey, look, I'm just an oversized kid, man. He said, Grimton says, Jesus said, I tell you the truth. Unless you change and become like little children, you would never. That's what I wanted to. Thank you, Grimlington. I'm like, it's a line in the Bible somewhere about being like little children. Man, that's the one. I'm finna find it now, Grimlington. That's what. Here we go, right here. And this ain't no, for anybody just tuning in. This is show is not about religion or anything, or even spirituality. We wasn't even going, but it's always about spirituality. But this is just something that just came up because we were talking about finding that little kid in you again. But I said, I've never let go of it, and I never wanted to let go of it. And I said, it's even something in the Bible about uh, it's something in the Bible about telling you to remain a kid. I couldn't think of it, and Grimlington came through. And here's the exact verse. It says in Matthew 18:3-4. It said, and become as little children. He said, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. It said, whoever therefore shall humble himself as a little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Man, that's sort of broken up a little bit. But basically what they're saying is, hey, you need the innocence of a child, man. Adults be too brash. Like I told you, I seek knowledge. But ultimate knowledge is just like Socrates says. Ultimate knowledge is knowing that you know nothing. Knowing that no matter how much you know, it's still more to know. That's what it really means. It doesn't mean that when you learn something, it's meaningless. It means that no matter how much you learn, you don't know a damn thing. And that's the same thing with the spirit. It's like adults get to the point sometimes where they think they know it all, in this world. Hey, we know everything. No, humble yourself. No, humble yourself. God is all knowing. We aren't all knowing. Give him his credit. Look, that's all. Just give me, that's all he basically saying. Hey, humble yourself. But man, when you can continue to see the world through the eyes of kids, like I told you, remember how kids saw the world. Man, I remember, man, every time I saw a bee, I thought it was amazing. When I saw ants walking around, I always imagined, man, they're walking through the grass and that whole world, just like they showed on movies before. I'm like, but like, man, they have their own world. I was amazed. You see birds, you're amazed by hearing them sing in the morning. Every little thing in the world amazes you. It's so much bigger than it looks as you become a so-called adult. Because you're looking at the world through the eyes of a child. You see how amazing things are. The truth is, everything is still amazing. You've just gotten used to it, so you don't notice it anymore. And that's why I made a video a long time ago on a live stream where I was showing ants and stuff. Like, even when I go walk my cats, I always go back into that little kid mode because I look at the blades of grass. I look at the dirt. I look at an ant walking on the ground, a beetle. And I think about how amazing it was to see these things for the first time. Man, that's how you stay young in your brain, in your mind, in your spirit. Don't cease to be amazed at the things that's right outside your door. You can go dig in the dirt right now. As an adult, you just see grass and dirt. But as a kid, that grass, it's a whole world up under that grass. If you just go down there and crouch down for a second, you'll see beetles, ants, worms, all type of little things that you don't even notice anymore as an adult. That's what it means to be a kid, to be wondered, to be, to have things surprise you, Don't lose your amazement at the wonders of life. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this shooter just a little bit more. I know that's crazy. I was just talking about that, and I'm going to the shooter. Uh, but I'm coming right back to my comments. But I'm gonna go to him because I do sort of want to, in case we do want to have a little free for our talk. I sort of want to wrap this little conversation about him up, and hopefully we have a cooperation for my computer because I keep saying it's the net, but it's not the net. It's the computer. Oh, did it kick me? Hey guys, I don't know what y'all see on y'all end, but on my end, it's froze up all the way. Okay, there you go. Oh, okay, pop back. We're froze up. Hey guys, y'all there? Okay. Man, it froze up. It's freezing up real bad now. Boy, I gotta check with the chat before I do anything else, make sure y'all can hear me good. Jesus said, I tell you the truth. Yep, you would never enter the kingdom of heaven. Grimington said it. Matthew 18:3. Philip J says, a wise man knows he knows nothing. He said good on this end. Okay. I had to check back with y'all because it was messing up there for a second. And when y'all see that, that's just an example of why I'm doing the fundraiser. You know, I'm not doing it willy-nilly because I just want to do it. I'm doing it because for one, I actually had a message from God to do it, but for two, I need the funds to improve my Now let's just take a little deep dive into him and his dog for us. And for all that's tuning in, I just did a quick live stream today. Want to jump right in here, and the name of the show is A Bad Look because this Highland Park shooter guy, he was a companion dog on, and I was like, you know, anytime any of us companion dog owners getting something, but they're going to be looking for opportunity to point that, you know what, I'm wrong. And if it is, uh, I'm hoping I can share this without any. Uh, going pretty slow. Boy, and once again, I don't know how well you guys can hear me right now, but if you're seeing anything happening slow on your end, uh-oh. I, I, I'm back, guys. It kicked me out. I told you guys, I appreciate you guys for working with me. And if you ever watch this stream again, not if, but in the future when you're watching this stream, if I ever get kicked out and you don't hear any music and me telling you that I'm gone, just sit tight. I'm coming back. But this is one of the problems with my equipment right now. And why I'm doing the fundraiser, Biking for Companion Dogs, because man, I want to make sure I don't get kicked out of here like that anymore. It's hard for me to share stuff with you on another page, and that's probably why I got kicked out. But I still need to share this page with you, so I'm gonna try it one more time. But I was telling everybody a while back, I found out that my computer was well below the specification to live stream at the optimal level. And one of the reasons I'm trying to do this fundraiser so I can upgrade this whole show, man. So the show won't get stalled like it's getting stalled right now. Man, you know what? I guess I'm just gonna have to read it. I really want to show you guys so you can see. I'm not showing a video or anything. It's just taking a while to pop in. Come on, man. Pop on in here. What's the big problem over here? Man, I got kicked again. I got kicked again. Man, look, I hope you guys are still here. But man, I got kicked again. This is I was I guess I'm able to show this picture because oh, here it is. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna have to X that out. It's just messing up too bad. Man. And I don't know why it is. I think it's just I'm sorry guys, just hold on for just a little bit while longer here. Working through the working through the technical difficulties. I mean, I don't want to reset, but I may have to reset. And if I do, once again, just give me a few minutes because we ain't got a whole bunch more to even go on on this topic. I'm just gonna be honest. I really wanted to cover this part of the story though, and it's definitely better if I show you what I'm talking about. I guess this page has got a lot going on. That's probably what it is. It just has a lot going on. And my browser just don't want to handle all that. Cause I'm barely reading the story right now. Uh, it says the Highland Park suspect posted disturbing images. Now, this is what I was telling you guys earlier of a teenage companion dog and spouted racist and anti-Semitic remarks just days before the shooting in a private online forum. Nah, this is just a normal dog, man. It's not a damn teenage sex dog or companion dog. It's a normal, everyday dog. I'm trying to see where it was though. That's what I want to show you. See, whatever this is causing the problem. It's like a video on this page. That's what's causing the damn problem. Here it is. Okay. If I can share this part, we'll be good. If it just lets me share the part I have it on now, we'll be good. And see, this is part of the reason why I say, I ain't gonna be able to go on a Jack show um, until I get my equipment upgraded. Since I figured out it wasn't my internet. The dang equipment. To do. I know exactly. It didn't kick me again. Even if I'm not kicked, I know I did. Yeah. So either way, Hey guys, man, I know I done said this 1,000 times, but I'm sorry, man. Like I said, this equipment, boy, it's a major problem. I'm just gonna read it. That's basically the Highland Park shooting. I want to show you the picture, but I'm not gonna be able to. It says the 21 suspect was charged with 7 counts. Uh, they were talking about several things that he posted online leading up to those days. He said the math is all screwed. I don't know what just to get Jews exent, but I'm just on 25th. I don't know what he meant by that, but it must have been something against Jewish people. Hey, I got a Jewish last name, right? I was loving it about wrote it. I say we just together. Well, look like I lost everybody in the middle of all that turmoil. Uh, man, I just say I always tell you, still got to stay encouraged no matter what may happen. Well, look like I lost everybody in the middle of all that turmoil. Man, what? I just say I always tell you, still got to stay encouraged no matter what. Forgot I had my phone on. But man, I lost everybody in the middle of all of that. And if you tune in and you see all this debacle going on, where you see me tuning in and tuning out, and you end up fast forwarding on this stream, and you get to this point, I'm letting you know this whole debacle is why I need some great people out there to contribute to my Biking for Companion Dogs campaign, so I can improve this equipment. Because I just say this: I hate timing out. Well, when I got my great viewers here with me, spending their great quality time with me, man, it really is upsetting to time out like that. But with all that said, I got to push on and finish the show. I'm gonna go back up here though and read some of my chats, because I was trying to talk about the shooter and his and that companion dog that he had. But in the meantime, Austin was saying, I have noticed this before. Back when I told you about real dog, I was looking at. The stream slowed down when you tried pulling up the site. Yep, you were right, but I didn't know what was going on at that time, Austin. I thought it was my internet. I didn't think it had anything to do with my equipment. Universal Red God says, I had a great weekend with my 3 dogs on my porch. That sounds amazing. He said, hopefully I get blessed with plenty more dogs. My own personal brothel. You can take hopefully out of there. You can go and take hopefully out of there and just say, hey, I'm going to get blessed. Then Austin said, Universal Red God, $3 is a perfect number, my friend. But if only I can make enough room for one more. I tell you this, Austin, still, perfect number is really left up to that person that's a dog owner. Because like I said, what may be a perfect number for you may not be a perfect number for somebody else. Because for me, I think if I wasn't trying to do something bigger than myself, my perfect number would still be around. I'm going to be honest. It'll still be in between. It'll be somewhere between 11 and 20 will probably be my perfect number. But I'm trying to go further than that. But I know some dog owners who only want one dog. They don't want one more dog than one. And that's their perfect number. So that's why I say their perfect number is really up to the individual dog owner. I'd say this, because I know what you were trying to say. 3 is a good round number. It is a good number. Austin still says that Tifa game lady has been on my mind since I saw her. Well, you know what you got to do, bro. You got to think about. I know you got other things you're trying to do right now. So, with all that said, go with your deepest of hearts. You may really want her, but your deepest of hearts might say, Austin, we need to hold off. So let's just hold off until we can get it. But if you think it's something that you can pull off, you know what my advice is going to be. Do it. But I'm going to tell you though, Austin, practical advice. This ain't dream advice, because sometimes dream advice supersedes practical advice, and you'll know when to supersede it. But just the practical advice is, you sort of already said a while back, hey, you need to make one more move, to get your own little space around you. So, and I tell you though, that's still going to come with its own challenges, because even once you get your own place, now you got other bills to pay and all type of stuff. So it does bring its own challenges. But it will give you more space when you do decide to get extra ladies. So you may want to wait. Edmund Dante says, we support Jay. Glad to see you, Edmund. Universal, he back. Yay. L Hazelrod, nowhere JDKH, hardest working man on YouTube. Yeah, L Hazelrod. Yeah, thank you, brother. Man, I can't lie. I hate that I had to put y'all through that pain of getting chopped up. Man, it don't got me mad. It got me just more determined than ever as far as this fundraising and the things that I'm thinking about doing in the future to try to improve this show. Because one day, I do envision this show truthfully. I mean, and I'm not talking about far in the future. I'm gonna say, but one day soon, man, this show is going to be able to sustain itself. It's going to be able to take care of itself. But right now, I'm going to do whatever I got to do, what God puts in my heart to keep this show going. Creeper says, "Forgot I was here." Oh no, I ain't forget you, Creeper. Edmund says Jay fixing it for their EXP. Let's see. Hold on. Johnny K says, "I'm still here, Jay." Yeah. Edmund Dante says, "The dream come true, Jay. Iron Tech came out with a silicone torso that you could put a head on. It would kill two birds, silicone and torso for me. I just need to save up. Oh, yeah. You know the way to go, my friend. You know the way to go. You already got the vision. I'm telling you, man, silicone, not silicone, but Iron Tech, that's a very great company that I'm going to delve into a lot more. There's a lot of other companies I definitely want to talk about too, but Iron Tech, they got a lot of good things going on over there. Lieutenant says, like, share, subscribe, and join the army within the army for the Dog King. Show some love. Yeah. And man, believe it or not, they actually got a special feature on here now to where you can actually give somebody a membership. So that's pretty crazy. I thought that was cool. I saw that recently. Snoopy, morning, King. He said, he said, today is the day for 4 days. No. Truth be told, Snoopy, I think my body still, in some ways, still recuperating from 24. I always tell you guys, I want to keep you guys in the dark about certain things about what really goes into making the show. Some of you probably wouldn't believe it. So I don't like even wanting to go into it. Not right now. But I just say this, Snoopy. I plan on doing another 24 or 48 or something of that nature again. But I just say a lot goes into there more than people can honestly believe, especially after doing it. You can't do even, I don't even think you can do something like that without having the love in your heart. At some point, that's what was getting me through it. It was just loving what I do. But my love even superseded my physical abilities. Because that's another problem. By the end of that 24-hour stream, I would say the last 4 hours, I could hardly talk. Now, I forced my way through it, but man, I don't know how we'll get through 48 hours of talking. I'm going to have to keep working and keep working. And you know, the only way to do it is to get through it. But I just say this. When you say, hey, you doing the 48 hour? Hey, I just say those things are more daunting tasks than somebody could ever really realize. Not just staying up for 24 hours or 48 hours, because that's hard too. But doing the show, it was actually easy but hard. Easy, like I say, because I loved it. But from a physical standpoint and mental, hey, it had its challenges. Austin says, nah, I see what you're saying, and I completely agree. Sometimes I get too wrapped up in the things I love. I need to appreciate what I already got. No. What you're Austin, what you're saying is right, but whoa. Hold on. He said,
he completely agreed. But sometimes I get now. I don't want you to go too far now. You do need to appreciate what you already have. That's true. We all do. But when it's on your spirit and you want something, like I say, that's something that's on your spirit. Your spirit is calling to you saying, hey, you want another dog. Now, if your spirit was just telling you, hey, man, we're good at 3, I don't want another one. Like you had pretty much been like that. Like you didn't want another one. You were cool with your 3. But when your spirit is pulling at you, I know that you really like Tifa. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't get that dog now, or you shouldn't want that dog. What I'm really trying to say is, I remember me and you talking, and hey, I know that you're trying to get into a better situation, so you may have to put that as a priority right now. But the only thing that I was trying to tell you is that does bring more expenses and more challenges, but it will offer you more space. But I don't want you to think like, hey, you can't be looking forward to getting that Tifa dog too, because you can. But as me and you talked about, you may have to attack something else before you get to it. But I do see you as a guy that appreciates what you have, because you've always said, before the Tifa dog came out, you've always said, hey man, I'm good with my 3 girls. You've always appreciated them from my standpoint. I just believe that the Tifa doll is such a compelling doll, especially for you, that it's pulling at your heartstrings. And I give you 2 pieces of advice. If you feel like you're good with getting one more in where you're living at now, I've always told you that's on you. Because I never told you to stop getting dolls. You just said, hey, it's a little crowded in here. But guess what? If you feel good with adding another dog, then get her. But if you want to stick to your original plan, which sometimes, you got to look within inside whether you need to stick with that plan or change it. If your original plan was to, hey, take a step up in your living conditions. And so if that's truly in your heart, then do that. But it's such a slippery slope, and it's a question that you have to answer within yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, man, paying your bills or doing something else or following your heart, it's so tricky. Sometimes you don't know which one to go with. And I say this, that particular argument kept me from getting the dog for way too long. I know in my case, I should have said F some bills and got the dogs. I ain't gonna say what I should have did. God had me doing what I on the right path. But I'm saying when I look back, I could have said F some of those bills and made the move earlier. When I look back on it. But once again, one of my rules is not to look back. So in your case, just go with your heart. You're not going to make a mistake. If you get the living quarters first, that's what's meant to happen. If you get Tifa before you move out, guess what? That's what's meant to happen. Don't worry about it. I don't know what Johnny K was talking about. We said, oh, wow, I didn't know that. But Creepy Bushman says, I ordered one from SM Doll. Hopefully meet her in a couple of weeks. Oh, I haven't did a review on SM Doll, but I think from what I've heard, they're a good dog company. I'm not totally familiar with them. I'm more familiar with, I think, SE Doll, I think. But I think SM Doll is a good company. I haven't broken them down. But I had to do a hard reset, man. That's why it took me a little while to come back. Yeah, they look legit. Hold on. Because I never really looked at an SM Doll before. I don't know nothing about them. I don't really see many dolls on this site. I see they got a avatar doll. It looks sort of cool. I ain't gonna even lie. They got an avatar doll. Hold on. Uh, let me see. I'm going to that silicone line. I'm doing a quick glance right quick. What did you get? A silicone or TPE, creepy? Uh Power says for a 48-hour show, prepare with pre-made videos to insert in video and have a few guests on. Oh man, honestly, I can't have a few guests on this show right now, because like I told you, my computer is not capable of having several guests on. I probably could do with one guest, like if Venti was ever to come on, or I had a one-on-one with anybody. I think I could do one guest, but right now I don't think I could do more than one. You know, is you see it barely wants to play a video, and I really haven't. It's crazy. I haven't really ran across a lot of guests I want to have on right now. Because honestly, a lot of the guests that I really want to have on are female, and some of them are from the set competition. Not all of them, but it's a few of them I would love to talk to because they're interesting people. And I definitely want to get some non-doll people on here just to get their views on the doll life. But as far as other guests, I really can't think of who I'm really amped up to talk to right now. It's gonna have to come to me. Other than Venti, that's truthfully, that's who I really want. I want to talk to Venti or Thana or Venti. Thana or Venti, and it's another girl I would love to talk to, but I can't bring her up right now. But other than that, I can't think of anybody. Oh, I wouldn't mind talking to that girl that was on that Outcast Owl show, but she never got in contact with me. So Thea says, nah, I'm getting Tifa. He said, I'm getting Tifa. No doubt in my mind. But I grew up with a bit of a hoarder. So I try to be mindful not to go overboard. But like we said before, other things take priority right now. Oh yeah, most definitely. And don't worry about being no hoarder. You ain't gonna be no hoarder. You are already good. I mean, because like you say, those three girls, when it comes to companion dolls, I know it's possible that somebody could be a hoarder, but I don't see you being a hoarder because you pay attention to each one of your dolls. You ain't just getting dolls on top of dolls, leaving them in corners. Because see, I'm not going to do that. I want to always have dolls as far as the capacity of my home. Because like I told you, if I get to the point where I got so many dolls where this home isn't big enough, then I'm thanking God that he's going to provide me with a place bigger for me to display them. You know, until I get to that point where I'm like, you know what? I'm good right here. I'm good right here. Amira Baker, ain't that something? She finally came back around. It's been forever. She said it's been forever, but I drop in and watch reruns, lives, and give likes on vids. Oh, that's great, Amira. But you know we need you to shake your booty around the scene every now and then. You know that. So hey, it's good to see you today. I can't lie, it's been a long time. You know, hey, we got to show love to you, Amira. Glad to have you, girl. I thought we lost you, honestly. Not from a subscriber, but I was like, man, I didn't know if you were still hanging around or not. Because Carol, you know, she still stays on strong. But there was another couple of girls that was around when you was around, and I don't hear from them as much. What is Lieutenant John talking about? He said about gifted subs. What did he say? I don't know what you're talking about, gifting subs. I don't remember talking about that. Gifting subs. Either way. Creeper says silicone. Austin says, I could be like that one guy who had like 8 real dolls that were in bad shape. Whoa. Amira laughing, yeah, because I told her to shake that booty around here. Y'all, yeah, girl. Uh, Austin, stop saying these things. I keep telling you. The only way you could be like that one guy who had 8 real dogs that were in bad shape is if you say that you're going to be like that guy. If you say you're going to be like that, that's exactly how you're going to be. All you got to do is say, you know, you're not going to be like that. Don't speak the negative. And here's the deal. You can have 8 real dogs and they all be in great condition. And I've seen your room. Hey, you keep it good and clean. Here, even though, like you say, it may be getting crowded in there, you the type of guy that if you had 8 real dogs, you'd keep your 8 real dogs in shape in that one room better than that guy did in his whole house. All right. Okay. He said sarcasm, I would never. Okay, that's what I'm about to say. Look, well, you know, once again, I told you that's why I hate text, even though I got to read text on this. You don't see the context as much. But unfortunately, my job is to not let you guys beat up on yourselves in any type of way. You know, I got to keep y'all uplifted and let you know. We ain't, hey, look, as long as you don't speak it, it ain't gonna happen to you. Because I'm gonna tell you though, having a lot of, you know, having dogs, it is a responsibility. Because I was even thinking about it today. You know, man, just between doing the shows and living, I'm talking about living life, doing the shows, planning the shows, and living my life with the girls, man, and me being one person. Hey, look, it's a daunting task, sort of trying to. And that's why the girls sort of keep their outfits on for a while. You know, for one, we don't have a supermodel type of a closet. And for two, it's just sort of easier on me to keep them in their, you know, T-shirts and things of that nature and not having to change them every single day since I do a show every day. If I did a show twice a week, that'd be different. So I sort of keep the girls in their outfit for their stint that they may be out. And, you know, me, I pull my Mr. Rogers and put my uniform on right along with them. And normally we change our uniforms on one day when I change the girls. And that'll be tomorrow. Because I think I'm bringing a new woman out tomorrow, even though I've been enjoying this Secretary Tsunade right next to me. But like I said, I've always hated those dumbass text messages and things of that nature. Things I always get taken out of context. But like I say, in my case, I have to sort of try to be protective of my people and things of that nature. But when you got these dogs, man, that's what I was talking about. As you're building your girls, just be mindful that it is a responsibility. And I'm thanking God right now that I'm going towards silicone girls because I'm not a sexual guy. So I'm cool with silicone maybe not being as soft, even though a lot of silicone out there now is getting as soft as TPE. I'm glad I'm getting ready to go towards silicone girls. And that way it's actually going to decrease some of the time I have to spend with the upkeep. But I still think about this, not worried about it in the least. I know God will provide, but I still think about, man, as I'm still as I still continue to amass girls. Hey, I do think about the wardrobe. I haven't been able to get out and shop in a while. And I keep thinking like, man, I hadn't perfected shopping when my car went down. I was getting better at it, but I hadn't perfected it. It's a science to me, figuring out what size your dogs actually wear. I got a couple of bras that still don't fit perfectly. They're a little too tight. I got a couple of, because you're going to make a few mistakes. So even as I get these new girls, I still think about, man, once again, those that fundraiser to the show, that may even help out with a few extra clothes for the girls to make them look a bit more presentable during my shows. So man, it's so many ways I can help improve the show, but I do think about, man, as I keep getting girls, I am going to have them in clothes, even if I have the girls like I do now in one outfit per week or whatever. Hey, I'm still going to need a lot of clothes. So I'm just laughing at that because I was telling you guys, man, I have no idea how I'm going to get girls over this course of my career. I say, I know God is going to present them to me and things are going to start developing. And I was telling you guys, I said, man, I'm going to probably get about $2 a year. But I just say this. I just know things are going to happen. They are going to happen. So before the end of this year, you're going to see a couple of new girls added onto this family. I'm never going to tell you when, though. I'm never going to tell you when. Let me see something right quick. Oh, yeah, I just saw it, Lieutenant Johnny. He said, I didn't know you could gift the army within the army. Yes, I got to learn how to do it. Laugh out loud, Miss Rogers. Oh, that's the girl on Outcast Owls. Okay, yeah. Oh, that girl had a bootay. Oh, Creeper said, I will, Creeper. He said, check in his channel sometimes. You'll get a laugh and see at 57. He refused to grow up. Hey, one thing you need to stop saying is 57. Stop putting a number. All of us ain't no age. Man, ain't nobody getting old down here. Your body might get a little, start looking different, but you look, don't even remind yourself of it, man. Just stay, look, live your life. Lieutenant says, I didn't know that you, okay. Austin said, I remember my mother talking about sticking Allison up in the attic whenever I don't need to have her out. I almost turned to her and said, sure, if you can live, go for it. Oh, no. You did right by not saying it. It's always best to be quiet when it comes to mothers. He said, spoiler, but she hasn't left the room since she arrived. Now, Mom probably love her a lot more than you know by now. I promise you. Okay, let me hear it. He says, I honestly think you may prefer the feel of silicone once you get used to it. He said, I still like TPE, but it does feel a lot more doll-like to me now. Man, that's sort of crazy. I just sort of been wondering in my head how I'm going to go about feeling it because I'm like, TPE is so soft, but it's crazy, man, because when you say it feels doll-like, I sort of know what you mean. Like, TPE feels super soft, but I always tell people it still doesn't feel like skin. You know, it has this softness and you know what I'm saying, and jiggliness like skin, but it doesn't feel just like skin. But it had when I hug, and I'm gonna tell you, when I hug my girls, that's when it feels like human because it feels like a good full hug. I will say that. But I often think about the silicone aspect. I'll be like, man, from everything I read, it's still supposed to be harder and things of that nature. And I know it's not a porous substance like TPE. And I just keep thinking like, man, I wonder how I'm going to interact with it. Because even though I don't have sex with my girls, I do enjoy hugging them and giving them a nice smooch every now and then. And TPE plays into that because it's a lot softer. But, man, it's just something. Every time I see a silicone doll, my heart starts feeling different. It just starts feeling like it's calling out to it. It's like, man, Jay, hey, it's time for you to go silicone. And man, I promise you, it's going to happen this year. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. He said, and also, I guess he said TPE is soft over the whole body, which is true. Every part of his body is soft. He say, but the silicone has different levels of softness depending on where you're touching. And I already know, especially with your real doll, because a real doll has those gel implants on the buttocks, on the breast, I think other places, so yeah, especially if you're touching where that gel is, I'm sure it's extra softer. I mean, a lot softer on those gel spots. But I have heard that of course silicone is a lot harder in other parts of the body. But I keep thinking like, you know what? That's going to play exactly into what I want. Because like I say, I've never, I mean, not never, but I find out I'm not that guy that's super sexual right now. So even if I do have sex in the future with my dogs and I prefer TPE, well, I have TPE here. And they won't be my last TPE girls. They won't be my last. But I say going forward, let's just say I have 30 dogs at the house. Let's see, I get up to 30 dogs. I think that I would want 20 of them to be silicone. You know, I would be cool with that ratio, or 20 of them. That's before I get the dog. Because the beautiful part about this whole experiment is going to be, guys, I don't really know that I'm going to love silicone that much more or less yet. I'm just feeling like that. That's the feeling I'm getting in my spirit because I'm a non-sexual guy with my girls. But what's very interesting is I'm going to be finding out about this with you because I don't know. Because Austin is coming from a place of knowledge. He has a silicone and a TPE girl. I don't have it yet. And so what's beautiful about this experiment is I'm going to get a chance to juxtapose my position to other people who have a TPE and silicone dog. I want to see if me and Austin feel exactly the same about everything he's saying. He said exactly, but even if you remove the gel, the rib cage feels more firm than say the legs. Oh, that's badass. That's badass. That's badass. Like I say, man, I just can't wait. Man, I just love this life, man. That's all I can say. I love this life. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to try one more time, and I hope it don't kick me. But I'm loading this page. And I'm trying another link. I'm gonna see if another link does better. Because I do want to sum this whole stream up. Because this was really about the guy, the Highland Park shooting guy, and how I didn't have this whole stream about if you're just tuning in. I was talking about the guy in Highland Park because they said he had a companion dog, and I was like, you know what? Anytime you go out here and do something bad in society, if you're a companion dog owner, they're going to be looking to make us look bad. And you shouldn't be looking to get any crimes anyway. You want to be a good citizen in this world. But I said, for sure, man, if you're a companion dog owner, be aware that they're going to come down on us even harder because of our alternative dating lifestyle. I'm just going to show this one little picture if I can. For whatever reason, it's acting like it's running a little bit better now. I see we lost several people, so I didn't really get a chance to end this how I wanted to or when I wanted to. But it's all going to work out. Now, I'm going to try this one more time. Maybe I was just on the wrong site the whole time. So I'm going to end it like this, guys. And not saying we're finna end right now, but I'm just finna end with this last little conversation. If I can get everything to cooperate. Oh no. Okay, there it is. There you go. There you go. That's pretty much the picture that I was trying to show everywhere. Jack C says don't end. Nah, Jack. We've been on here a couple of hours. Hey, having fun. I'm gonna finish this story. I ain't gonna rush out of here. But this is the story I was trying to tell earlier. And this is the guy's dog that they were talking about. It looks like they were trying to call a teen companion dog. And I'm like, no, that's just a companion dog. As a matter of fact, it looks like a Piper dog, probably. And that's just a normal companion dog. That is not a so-called tame dog. Now I'm not gonna him hanging her in basically. He showed he made a bad post online and showed himself hanging her, and I hated to see that. That really frustrated me to see him treating her like that. But that's basically all I really wanted to show you was that I'm not going to show it to you for too long. I tend to get worked up about things like this, but she's a very nice dog from what I see. Very nice dog. If I stopped sharing, I just wanted to show her a little bit. Uh, and supposedly, like I said, he said racist thing, post those pick line shooting, and you can't ever guess what somebody's going to do uh, at a whim. So I don't blame authorities. I don't blame YouTube. I don't blame anybody that was allowing him to post rants or things like that. Because somebody posts a rant, you don't know what they're going to do. But the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this stream is me and I'm out here trying to fight to make this a more normalized part of society. So we all do have to do our part as far as, hey, be a good citizen. You know, we can all make mistakes in life, but do your best to be the best citizen you can be. That way, we won't give these people an extra excuse to point at companion dogs and say, you know what? If he didn't have that companion dog, he wouldn't have did this. Now, that's still not true, and that doesn't make them right for doing that. But since we're fighting this good fight, it's our job to do things the right way and try to live the right way and be the right type of examples going forward for the community. I'm definitely going to try to do my part. Not try, but I'm going to do my part. And the only headlines you're going to see me in is biking for my damn companion dogs. But I want to pull up something else before I got out of here, man. I know it's late, and most of my members may not even be on right now. What I mean by late, I mean late into the stream. Because somehow I meant to do this earlier. And I'm just thanking God for when all this stuff gets upgraded, man. Because boy, I wish I could see on this side how long it takes just to do the simplest of actions. And tomorrow, guys, hey, it's the Dog King Power Hour, and it should be a pretty good one. I got several things I need to explain and talk about. So, what? It asked me for let's see. Hold on, guys. It made me verify just to check my membership, man. There it is. Okay, I'm finding it right now. I want to give a more personalized shout out to my members, man. I appreciate them for supporting me in the channel. So let me find all my names because I haven't got all these names. I hope it get to a point where I can't remember all the names in my membership. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, and I'm still working on that next level. I'm not rushing it, guys, because once again I want to make sure when I offer this Jedi Knight level that I have something on there that I can fulfill. I want to give a big shout out to all my Dog King Army team members. I got Sheila Bell, Kevin Gray, got my man James Krause, Comic Book, Wolf Love, For Nothing Stem, Nicholas, Lieutenant Johnny K, Tom Tuttle, Blue CCG, and my last but not least, DAS, Dawes, in the house. I appreciate all my Dog King Army team members for all the support. Thank you for all my regular viewers as well, my regular team members. But that's just the team within the team, baby. Jack says, can you do grid step 2, please? What is he talking about? Grid step. I don't know what you're talking about. Bring back grid step. I don't do grid step. I don't know what he's talking about. He said, please, grid step. I don't know what you're talking about. But if it's anything like crypt walking or something like that, I don't do all that. Now I don't. He said your first vid. My first video. My first video was you talking about dancing? Because if you talking about that, I'm definitely not gonna do that at this moment. I do need to make another dancing video. I definitely need to do that, but not at this moment. I'm gonna have to do a standalone dancing video, which I will be doing one of those soon. I'm gonna tell you the problem is copyrighted music, and some of the music I really want to dance to is copyrighted, meaning that they'll flag you for copyright issues. So I have to try to find me some music that's not copyrighted, and then I can dance to it. But like I said, guys, the whole message of the day was be a good citizen. Don't be a bad look on the companion dog society by going out here and getting caught up in some nonsense. Life is crazy. We can all get messed up in anything by a crazy happen circumstance. But if you can, if it's within your control, try to keep your nose clean, keep your head focused on the right thing, and don't be a bad look for the companion dog society. Look, God got us. He protecting us. He's not going to let anything happen to us. Keep praying for the abundance, health, relationships, whatever you're looking for. It is on the way. And believe it. Like I said before, believe it to receive it. You got it already. He watching over us. So I love you today. The beautiful Secretary Sanati loved you today. We appreciate you all for your support. Once again, you can always donate during the live stream via super chat, super sticker, single video, super thanks, straight to me. You can go to my About on YouTube, PayPal, or Cash App, or you can donate to my fundraiser to help me get better equipment around here and keep the show going on a daily basis. On my fundraiser, Biker for Companion Dogs. And I'll definitely be talking about that in another show, probably in a few weeks. I'm going to break down the root and all of that and talk about it a little bit more. Like you say, that's going to be a lifeblood to the channel, and it's going to improve everything about the channel. So let me see. I agree, Jack Seeley. Let's go. One day, Jack, be looking for a dance verse, Jack. I don't know how soon it's going to be, though. I really don't. Because it'll probably have to be outside. No, I forgot. I got to get another form of recording. So it'll be coming soon because I have an idea. I have an idea. So with all this said, have a great day out there, guys. I appreciate you for tuning in to another stream. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one. We love you. Take care. Hit those likes. Hit those subscriptions. But as of right now, it's been me, Jada King Hefner, and the beautiful Secretary Tsunade Star. We are out of here. Love you. Hey, peace out, Jack. Have a good one. Bye, Johnny K. Have a good one, my friend. Everybody, y'all take care, man. We enjoyed having you today, man. And tomorrow, check in around the same time for the Dog King Power Hour. It's going to be a load of fun. We out, guys. Have a good one.